Hello everyone, welcome to Ogletree Gap Park in Copperas, Cove, Texas, just outside of Fort Hood, Texas, or Killeen, Texas. This is a nice sized park that offers a large pavilion along with large open fields. The trails are shared by hikers and bikers. This park is co-located with the city's first post office, so there is some history here as well. Normally, throughout the week, you will see children playing softball, and the park is used by several different photographers. There are several bench seats staged throughout the trails to offer rest if needed. Join me as I will take you on a 45-minute-ish ride through most of the trails this park has to offer. If you would like to attempt this ride, you will not need a nice new state-of-the-art mountain bike. A cheapo POS will do. Just make sure the brakes work. Other than that, here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and talk the route, just in case you see something on this video that you want to explore. You at least have an idea of where it's going to be and how to get to it. So the way this is going to work is we are going to park in the middle of the parking lot. We're not going to go all the way down by the Post Office Road trailhead, and we're not going to be all the way out by the Five Hills trailhead either. So right behind the pavilion, dead center of the parking lot, the post office should be on the other side of the road from where you're going to be starting your trip. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and link up with the Pavilion Trail. We're going to take the Pavilion Trail north, and then we're going to actually stop and make our own trail kind of to the west and the north, right? It's going to follow that tree line. It's going to go all the way around, and we're going to link up with the Scout Trail, at which point in time we're going to head west. We're going to go all the way around until it starts hooking south, and then we're going to follow that up until the Jeep Trail. We're going to link up with the Jeep Trail until we get all the way to the Rocky Ridge Trail, at which point in time we are going to head south up the hill and hope to hell our peacemakers don't blow up. We're going to run that around for a little bit, and then we're going to come down near number 12, right? And we're going to start heading west again on the Jeep Trail until we get to the Fence Crossing Trail, at which point in time we're going to head north and go through that lowland. Can get a little muddy, so if it's rained, just understand that you might potentially get some peanut butter mud. Right, we're going to run that all the way through until we get to the Jeep Trail again, and we're going to actually go over the Jeep Trail and then link up with the Four Sisters Trail. It's just a big U up a hill, down a hill. Right, after that, we're going to hook north again and then link up with the Upper Trail. This is where it's going to get a little gnarly, and you're going to want to make sure your brakes are working pretty good because you're going to be going up, down, up, down. You'll see in the video. I did not take Tricky Trail. I stayed on the Upper Trail South portion, if you will, and then just followed that all the way around until the Five Hills Trailhead where the route ended. There you go. That's the one mud puddle. deer. Yep, go for it, buddy. It's actually the first time I've seen anyone other than myself out here on a bike. I've been here about 10 times. I had drop bars. Those weren't mountain bikes. This is called the Jeep Trail. It's about a quarter mile, 3/4 of a mile, somewhere in there. Nice, long, flat, no hills. Very easy to do. Okay. No steep hills. Just have a little bit of elevation change. here is the turn off for the steep stuff. So here in a second, you're gonna hear me breathing like I'm dying. And there's probably gonna be a couple times I'm gonna fall off the bike and have to walk. But it's just so you can see what we have to offer here at the trails. On the way back, I'll go that way. But this time, we're going up. This was muddy yesterday. My tires were not gripping. So I brought the 27-inch tires out today because they got a lot more grip. The Duro Infidel. Yesterday I was running the Maxxis Icon. Was not doing a very good job on this muddy rocky hill. Duro's doing pretty good. Probably because it's knobbier. Pedal straight. Hit a rock. Hike a bike. Pedal power. The date is May 24th, 2026, COPPERAS, COVE, Texas. A little warm right now. Not too bad, but a little warm. My feet right. Pedal straight. Sorry, I gotta lean forward to keep the front tire down. I've only ever made this once. Three times, sorry. Made it twice before. Hike a bike. So I know I can't make this section. I'm not even gonna try. I think that's the hard stuff. I think the heat is having a little bit to do with my exertion right now. It's not the worst thing I've done in my career, but that wasn't particularly easy either.
Went too fast, went off the trail. Pedal straight. All right, leaving the lookout. Old Commie's lookout. All right, do not touch the front brake. Tree. Hard right. deer. 3 more deer. Skinwalkers everywhere. Another deer. Trying some stand-up pedaling instead of lowering the gear. See how that looks during the shot. If you guys are wondering what that rub sound is, right? I don't know if you can hear it. It's my shoe hitting the crank, because I wore running shoes today. It's in case I had to walk my ass off this hill. Okay, this is the Jeep trail that we came in on. This is the hill that we went up that made me breathe hard. This is a tank trail that I just came off of, sorry, the Jeep trail. And exact opposite from the way up is this trail, which will tie us into another part. So, here we go. This one was muddy yesterday. Looks like it's gonna be muddy again. Tree. Big tree. Yeah, yesterday coming through here, I had peanut butter mud all over my tires. Fucking flinging rocks all over the place. They were sticking to the mud, and then the wheel was throwing them. So it's dried up a lot in a 24-hour period. Shot over. It's that protein bar. Jeep trail left and right. I've only made it up this once. I really would like to try today. Ah! I did it! Fuck yeah! That makes me happy. Yay, happy, happy, joy, joy. So just turned left onto the upper trail, I believe. No, this is one of those like side trails. Oh, this is steep. It's smooth though. That makes it easier. I'm being lazy. I'm not standing up in the corners, and I'm just letting my ass sit on the back tire, which is dangerous. It could buck you off, or your ash will literally push you through a turn and cause you to skid out. But I'm fat and overweight. Hard left right here. So now I connected to the upper trail, because if I would have went right back there, it would have taken me to the fork for the I guess the medium trail and the low trail, and I'll point that out when we get to the sign. So this area coming up, I've affectionately named after my wife, because Sarah loves her cactus patties, and they are everywhere here. Little Texas meadow full of cacti. You see them over there. Yep, that's it. That's Sarah's cactus patty. I might just walk. Yeah, I'm walking. Back tire came out. Usually I'm able to ride up this, but the heat is fucking hurting. Even pushing's hard. Shit, I'm liable to have a stroke up here. I'm 40 years old. It's 1600 on a Sunday, 24th of May, Coppers Cove, Texas. I'm pretty sure it's warm. It feels warm. So right there, when you see that rock that I'm standing on, that rock, you'll see these trees, little cedar tree, right? Once you clear this opening to the left is Tricky Trail. We're not going up that today because it's hot and it just requires a little bit more hike-a-bike. It's a little bit more uphill with some rocky descent. It's it's realistically not worth doing. And there is a bench up there if you want to do it, but I'm gonna stay on the high trail instead of going to Tricky Trail. It literally connects within like 200 yards this direction, so it's not worth the juice is not worth the squeeze. Get off me, bug. Front tire's popping up. I gotta lean down. If you're staring at the handlebars, I apologize. I was gonna do this ride with a black t-shirt and I thought better of it. I'm so glad I did. Change. Ooh, big rock. Shit. Shit. Stay on the trail, people. Stay on the trail. Ooh, went off the trail. Shit, went off the trail again. I had to get a drink of water. shoulder check that tree. Oh shit, water. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Still wasn't that bad. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the OGLETREE Trail Network. We'll talk about it here in a second. All right, everyone. So the OGLETREE Gap Preserve Trail Network. I did it on a large frame 27.5 inch tire GT Avalanche, so you don't need anything expensive to do the ride. Just make sure your brakes work. All right, so here is the trail network, and I'm gonna walk us through what we did. All right, so I parked right here, right, and we left out of this area. I'm gonna follow my finger. We went straight north towards the purple trail all the way through until we linked up with this lower trail, which isn't actually on the map, but you can see the contours go right through here. Anyways, we followed it up and around to over here, at which point in time we got on the blue trail. We followed the blue trail all the way around to where it linked up with the green trail, and then with the white trail. The white trail is going to be the Jeep trail. That is going to be the nice trail. That's the one you take grandma and the kids on for a nice easy ride, or you go walk the dogs. There's plenty of shade. We followed that all the way around till we hit the green trail. The green trail is when it got nasty up here through this switchback, right? That's where I was breathing hard, panting, and dying. And when we got right about in this area is where it leveled off, and I started a nice, easy little pedal all the way through. Instead of it was actually a little bit higher. We came down and around. So this green trail actually comes this way. Moving on. This is where the lookout's at. Right, and then instead of coming all the way back here, down and around and back this way, I cut down through here and then up and around. So my GPS, my 1040 solar, doesn't show me this trail, and I have yet to run it down. Anyways, so we went to the lookout, we went down, kicked out over here, all the way down and around to the white trail, went all the way back to the red trail. From the red trail, we followed it around till we linked up with the pink trail. We took the pink trail all the way around till we linked back up with the white trail, and then we took the green trail all the way around. And right up there, you could see, is the tricky trail. We didn't do that. We stayed on the lower end and then came all the way down and around until we linked up with the orange trail to where we are right now. This is where we are currently standing.
Team, so that's going to be the OGLETREE Gap Park trails. We did miss a few, but for the most part we got the big ones. Took me about, I believe, 40 to 45 minutes, something of that nature, right? I'm just chilling. I'm not really puffing too hard, but there was a couple of times where my cardiovascular, aerobic, and anaerobic capabilities were being tested. That being said, if you were really going at it, I assume you could probably do this in under 30 minutes. There is places to sit down. There is a nice little place to work on your bike. I believe the air pump is broke. Bring water. Texas is hot. Wildlife, don't touch it. Yep, good times. Hope you enjoyed it.